Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on The Merchant of Venice, and today we get to hear from Bassanio in Act 3, Scene 2, which is apparently the scene where he decided he wanted to put all of the monologues. So the stuff that has happened, Bassanio got to pick a box. He chose the lead box, which was the correct box, so now he gets to marry Portia. The two of them are like, yay! Graziano and Nerissa were falling in love over on the sidelines while all of that was happening, so they're like, hey, can we get married at the same time as you guys? And Bassanio and Portia are like, yay, that'll be super fun. But then Lorenzo and Jessica and Salerio, who at one point was known as Salarino, but is actually called Salerio in this scene, come in, and they have a letter for Bassanio from Antonio. Because remember, the reason why Bassanio was there and able to woo Portia was because he had borrowed money from Antonio to be able to do it. But Antonio didn't have the money on him at the time. He had to borrow the money from Shylock. And Antonio had several ships out at the moment, which should have brought back enough money for him to pay back Shylock a month early. If he's unable to pay Shylock back, then Shylock has demanded a pound of flesh from him. So after we've got the two couples all happy and gleeful because they all get to get married, and Lorenzo and Jessica and Salerio come in, sorry, keeping those S names straight. After they all come in, and remember, Lorenzo and Jessica want to get married, and Jessica is Shylock's son. They come in and they have a letter, and they give Bassanio this letter, and Portia is like given a directive to go befriend Jessica while Bassanio reads. And as Bassanio starts reading this letter, he turns like completely pale, and his face just drops, and he's standing there in absolute horror and awe. And Portia's like, what is going on over there? Like, what is this? He's going to be my husband. Everything that's mine is his. So Bassanio, what's going on? And Bassanio says, oh, sweet Portia, here are a few of the unpleasantest words that ever blotted paper. Gentle lady, when I did first impart my love to you, I freely told you all the wealth I had ran in my veins. I was a gentleman, and then I told you true. And yet, dear lady, rating myself at nothing, you shall see how much I was a braggart when I told you my state was nothing. I should then have told you that I was worse than nothing. For indeed, I have engaged myself to a dear friend, engaged my friend to his mere enemy to feed my means. Here is a letter, lady, the paper as the body of my friend, and every word in it a gaping wound issuing lifeblood. But is it true? Salerio, hath all his ventures failed? What, not one hit from Tripoli, from Mexico and England, from Lisbon, Barbary, and India, and not one vessel escaped the dreadful touch of merchant-marring rocks? So what he's saying, he's starting out here saying, okay, Portia, time for me to fess up. When I came to you and said that I had no wealth except like the shirt on my back, I should have told you that I didn't even really have the shirt on my back, that I had to borrow money from a friend in order to afford that, and he had to borrow it from his enemy in order to lend it to me to come to you. So I really have zero, and I'm very much in debt, which, as you're choosing a life partner, you might want to discuss financial positions before you agree to marry someone. I don't know, just a thought. Times are different now. But anyway, he goes on to say that this is a letter from Antonio, and what this letter says is that every single one of the ships that Antonio had sent out that was supposed to come back, that would have given Antonio enough money to pay back Shylock, every single ship was wrecked. He has no ships coming back, Antonio, has lost everything. And now Bassanio is beside himself because he knows that it's because of him Antonio will now have to give a pound of flesh to Shylock. So he's mortified, he's in denial. That's what that last little bit is. He starts listing off all of the ships that Antonio had out, or all of the places that Antonio's ships were going to go. He's like, seriously, not a single one of them made it back safely? They all got shipwrecked? He lists off like 6 places, and the likelihood that 6 different ships sailing from Italy, even just to like Portugal and England, all 6 ships got wrecked. He's like, seriously, Salerio, is this true that all of them are wrecked? And Salerio's answer is tomorrow's monologue. So we will see you tomorrow for that. Mwah.